Over the past 75 years, more than 10,000 chemicals have entered our food supply, but the EU allows just 300 additives. At Thrive Market, we prioritize quality, banning over 1,000 ingredients found in conventional grocery stores. Our Healthy Swap scanner helps you find better versions of your pantry essentials without the junk, dyes, or fillers, and everything is delivered right to your doorstep. So shop at a grocery store that actually cares about your health at thrivemarket.com/getstarted for 30% off your first order and a free $60 gift.
Breaking down the best 4 songs. This is Mount Rockmore.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Well, we're looking there. We got ourselves a brand new season of the old Mount Rockmore for your listening and dining pleasure. I don't even know what that means. Welcome, metal bangers, Metallica cats, and defiant metal fans of Beavis and Butthead. I am your host for this climb up season 4 of Mount Rockmore. This being episode number 401 as we pay tribute to the 4 career-defining songs of the arguably biggest metal band this spinning ball called Earth has ever seen. The one and only Metallica. And here, as we kick off 2025, we are digging deep into one half of Metallica's discography. But for our other climbs up the mountainside, just ask your Alexa or Google for some of our other Mount Rockmore ventures. Like last season, we took on the 4 career-defining songs of the Foo Fighters. And I brought my daughters on to climb the Mount Rockmore of pop-punk legends Green Day. And for those who just think it's too loud for me, I hear you. And while we expect the volume today to soar past 11, feel free to ask your Alexa or Google to play the Mount Rockmore of Loverboy if you're into a little nostalgia and perhaps not so loud a volume. But first, let's set today's ground rules heading into season number 4 of Mount Rockmore. Today's ground rules, we are solely talking about Metallica songs that came before the Black Album. You see, one thing we know for Metallica fans is that both casual and diehard fans agree Metallica had an equator, and that equator started and ended at the Black Album. There was a before the Black Album and an after the Black Album. That Black Album was the equator, released in 1991. That's when this line in the sand was drawn. That line separated the once underground, extremely greasy, long-haired Metallica from those that only knew the metalheads from the now they're being played on the radio and heavy rotation Metallica that came from the release of the Black Album. And for the record, once the Black Album saw the success it had, radio all across the United States began playing some of the older Metallica songs. Generally, if you worked at a radio station like I did at KSJO in San Jose, California, the Bay Area home of Metallica, we had our triple shot weekends, which were, in essence, for those of you around the country, block party weekends, right? The rest of you had these block party weekends. You'd play like 3 Metallica songs in a row. Well, we had our triple shot weekends that we did those in. But then Metallica was so huge, we actually bumped out what used to be a diehard benchmark at the radio station. We bumped out Led Zeppelin, and we threw in something called Mandatory Metallica, where each and every night you'd have 3, 4, 5 Metallica songs in a row. It was usually on the shorter end because some of those Metallica songs could be pretty long, as we'll attest to here today, but it was huge. Metallica was massive. They took the world by storm, and all of a sudden you started hearing these songs, the older songs, being played right next to things like Enter Sandman or maybe as The Unforgiven, right? So what we want you to think is, in this particular case, any legitimate podcast would tackle Metallica songs from the Black Album to today, right? Everybody would do that. But thanks to my 10-year-old daughter, who just watched the entire series of Stranger Things, wrapping up with that amazing scene with the revitalized Metallica, its diehard fans falling in love all over again with Stranger Things because of the Metallica song being played there, opened up the door to an entire new generation of Metallica fans with Stranger Things to dig deep into their streaming audio services. Now, there's a new season of Stranger Things that's set to hit here in 2025, and the question remains, Will we continue to see a Metallica thread running through this Netflix series? I don't know. I am unsure. We've all yet to see how this will play out. But I am fully aware that I will not be able to satisfy every die-hard Metallica fan who says, "They don't get my band, man." But with over 40 years, since way back in early 1984, when San Francisco's Titans of Thrash Metal issued Whiplash, the first single from their 1983 debut album, Kill It All. Not Kill It All. 1983 debut album, Kill 'Em All. And its rallying shout, "We'll never stop, we'll never quit, 'cause we're Metallica." Decades later, Metallica has endured ragged rhythms, blistering guitar work, flat out. The pace of 80s thrash gave way to the more defined volatility and global reach of their 1991 album. And with that kind of resume, there is absolutely zero debate. Here on Mount Rockmore, we carve 4 songs into the side of the mountain. But you deserve a play-in with that kind of resume. So, quick note about this one. Metallica, for this play-in song, never had made a music video before this. But when they relented, it turned out to be among the most harrowing things to be seen on MTV. Yeah, let's carve it, shall we? Well, not yet. This is prior to the carving. Despite its heavy-duty subject matter, One and its video helped score Metallica their first charting hit. This is One on the Mount Rockmore pre-Black Metallica edition play-in.
I can't remember anything. Can't tell if this is true or a dream. Deep down inside I feel the stream. This terrible silence stops in me. Now that the war is through with me, I'm waking up, I cannot see that there's not much left in me. Nothing is real but pain now. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh please God, wake me. Back in the room, it's much too real. In comes life that I must feel, but can't look forward to reveal. Look to the time when I live, head to the truth that sticks in me, just like a wartime novelty, tied to machines that make me be. Cut this life off from me. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh please God, wake me.
And there you have your play-in. The play-in on the Mount Rockmore of Metallica before the Black Album. Now, despite performing that song in the 1989 Grammys, they lost the first metal Grammy to Jethro Tull. Yeah, I know. It sounds stunning, and it is. But then they won the following year 4-1. Now, friends, it's carve time. 4 songs pre-Black from Metallica that we are going to carve into the face of Mount Rockmore here. This song in particular is nearly a 7-minute standout from Kill 'Em All. It has been a constant in Metallica's live performance set lists since its inception, despite never officially being released as a single. Our first song on the Mount Rockmore of Metallica before the Black Album. It was the first song the band recorded in a studio. This song has frequently been performed at concerts since 1982. It was quite a while. It was a closing song. It is the 3rd most performed song in Metallica's history. And it goes, my friends, to Seek and Destroy.
to fulfill. There is only one thing on our minds. Don't try running away, 'cause you're the one we will find. Running on our way out, you will be dying 1,000 deaths. Running on our way out, you will be dying 1,000 deaths. Searching, seek and destroy. Searching, seek and destroy. Searching, seek and destroy. Searching, seek and destroy.
Blistering Metallica's very first carving into the side of Mount Rockmore for pre-Black with Seek and Destroy. Now, the next sentence I'm about to say sounds like a geezer alert coming up in 3, 2, 1. And I'll just say this. I know some of you don't know what I'm talking about. In AOL's radio's list of the 10 best Metallica songs, see, kids, AOL Radio used to be this place that you would go online to listen to radio stations back. It was kind of a hub for... Anyways, they had the 10 best Metallica songs, and Seek and Destroy was ranked at number 4. And AllMusic's Steve Huey, I don't even know if he's alive today, chose the song as an AMG track pick from Kill 'Em All. All right? So that just gives you a little understanding of Seek and Destroy. We've got more to carve into on the way for you. Plus, the song that when Metallica saw it performed, they were blown away. That's coming up next on Mount Rockmore.
Why leave anything on your front lawn, under your porch, on the side of the highway where you can store all that stuff my way, down here at Jones' big-ass truck rental and car storage? Now, I know y'all got stuff at your house that you don't need no more, you don't want. You know you ain't gonna use that printer. Why keep it all around your house? Bring it down here to my house. You ain't the Dukes of Hazzard. You know ain't gonna use that ugly yellow luggage. You don't need all this crap. What you gonna do with this? This is not... in my yard. I don't care. I'll store this motorcycle in that van for you for $10.99 a month. You got old tires. They charge you $3 for that old tire. You can rent a truck. You can store a car. They don't care. Bring it on down here. You ain't got to put that old tire for $3. For less than that. Hell, for you, for $3 they gonna charge you. I do it down here for $1.50 down here at Jones' big-ass truck rental and storage facility. Now, friends, you may ask yourself, how in the hell can he store this stuff for such a cheap price? This in a box, mark it for you, put it away, seal it. The fact of the matter is, I'm pretty drunk right now and store it. And this is a drunk discount sale down here at Jones' big-ass truck rental and car facility. You got an elephant, I got space. Send me smoke signals. You got weed, and I'll store anything you want. Go ahead and give me a call or find me on them internets at www.jonesbigasstruckrentalstorage.com. That's JONES, big-ass truck rentals and storage.com. This is a bus. You know how big a bus is?
This is a clearly not metrosexual moment in history.
Andre the Giant. A man was born in a small farm town in France on May 19th, 1946. Andre Roussimoff came out of the womb as a full-grown man. That might be a bit of an exaggeration, but by age of 18, he was indeed over 7 feet tall and weighed over 300 pounds. Soon he became one of the most intimidating fighters of our time. Eventually, he got up to 7'5", 500 pounds. If you saw him on the street today, you would be shocked. because he's no longer alive. But he was a true man. He never would have fit into girly leather pants or a fuzzy little scarf with cute patterns on it. He used scarves for tube socks and pool covers as condoms. Andre the Giant only lost matches when he felt like losing. He only talked to people he felt like talking to. And he never, ever ordered his latte with soy milk. Here's to you, Giant. You're no metrosexual. When you used the word metro, you were talking about the subway. And you were on the subway because you couldn't fit in a car. This has been Lee Camp. For more funny crap, check out leecamp.net and sharkbaby.com.
Welcome back to Mount Rockmore. Sizing up the world of Metallica before they did the Black Album. Yeah, there was a Metallica before the Black Album. A lot of people only know them from that line in the sand, Black and everything since then. But guess what? There was a lot more Metallica from where all that came. And we're digging into some of it here. We've already got the first song up on Mount Rockmore, Seek and Destroy. We had the play-in, which was one, and we're about to move into more and more. But before we do that, if what we do here makes your toddler react by saying things like this,
fucking damn it. Oh, fucking damn it.
And we feel like we're doing a pretty good job here. And check out our website, realguyradio.com. You can follow us on Twitter. We've got all kinds of podcasts there at realguyradio.com. For those wrestling fans, we got the Steel Real to Us podcast. For those of you who are parents and want just a less serious, more fun, and alcoholic look at being a parent, we got the Dad's Home podcast. All right there, and more to come. Really, honestly, much more to come. And you can follow us on what used to be Twitter, now X, at Real Guy Radio. And give us a review. 1 star, 5 stars, doesn't matter. I'm Bauer. If you throw down a 1 star, if you only know James Hetfield to look like a finely coiffed hipster guitar player. And then throw down 5 stars if you remember his days looking like a live-action version of the Cowardly Lion on stage. Because when Metallica reached a major career milestone in 2021, when we were all going through the COVID world, one social media user celebrated with a savagely funny post that went viral. Wow, Metallica's fucking turning 40! Thank you for 7 years of great metal music. Huh? It was a master class in giving a backhanded compliment, but this was just more than a clever joke for a certain faction of those Metallica fans, giving me the 1 star. In their first decade together, Metallica invented and then reinvented thrash metal with a series of albums that continually upped the ante in terms of songwriting and just sheer brutality, all becoming cornerstones of the genre. Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, they exploded with youthful aggression. Then you had And Justice for All and Master of Puppets, pushing the envelope for technical thrash and featured some of the decade's most sophisticated and memorable compositions. So much so that as a guy like me who was a big Poison fan at the time, I couldn't understand Metallica. I couldn't appreciate Metallica until years later. And that classic Metallica lineup, James Hetfield, Lars Ulrich, Kirk Hammett, Cliff Burton, they reached the pinnacle of their powers on the 3rd album, particularly with this multi-part, devastatingly beautiful title track. Everything that makes Metallica great is on display here. Hetfield's downpicking, unintentional, baffling time signatures, which I still to this day don't know how Lars got around any of that. Arena-ready call-and-response chats, off-the-rail drum fills, one of Hammett's most blistering solos. Then Hetfield reaches this lyrical peak, painting a harrowing portrait of all-consuming drug addiction, with wordplay that would make aspiring MFA students' jaws drop. So when Master of Puppets enjoyed a reported 650%, think about that, 650% streaming bump from the Stranger Things Season 4 finale in 2022, it only further emphasized the song's universal appeal. So think about that, too. There are some people who only know Metallica because of what happened with Eddie Munson on Stranger Things.
Let's hope they hear this. Chrissy, this is from you.
that's when the bad creatures come out. And the actor who played Eddie did a fantastic job, Joseph Quinn, of playing Metallica's Master of Puppets for the television show. And the band themselves, according to reports, said to themselves, that's pretty goddamn amazing. Half a decade before the Black Album catapulted Metallica to the top of the rock world, this song made the leap seem inevitable on the Metallica pre-Black Mount Rockmore. Look out for the Demobats. Master of Puppets, Mount Rockmore. And with that, we are now halfway through the Mount Rushmore of Metallica pre-Black songs. Only 2 songs to go. But first and foremost, time for a Metallica pre-Black Today You Learned.
Today you learned. Today you learned.
Today you learned Metallica's Master of Puppets, the song you just heard, was deemed culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant enough for preservation in the National Recording Registry by the United States Library of Congress in 2016. Who knew the United States Library of Congress held such metalheads? It's the first metal recording to ever be entered into the National Recording Registry. Today you learned Metallica's lawyer once sent a cease and desist letter to Metallica cover band. Metallica later said they had no idea the letter had been sent, and then offered an apology, told Rolling Stone that they had started out as a cover band themselves, adding, "Heck, we even recorded a 2-disc album of covers." So they felt bad for that cover band. And today you learned 12 years before taking their fans to court for sharing their music, Metallica released the $5.98 EP. Metallica released the $5.98 EP entitled $5.98 EP to stop their record label and music stores from overcharging fans. The record came with a sticker warning saying, "Do not pay more," a direct jab at music industry markups. You know, and then when fans wanted to exchange free music with Napster, Metallica was having none of that. And finally, in a Today You Learned personal story from me, I once threw Metallica out of my seats at a San Jose Sharks hockey game. And I still to this day hold that as a very proud moment in my life. See, I had tickets through the radio station I was working at, and we were at the Cow Palace. The very first season San Jose Sharks were playing, they didn't yet have an arena to play. They didn't have the Shark Tank in downtown San Jose, so they played at the Cow Palace in San Francisco. And we were out for the radio station promoting the Sharks at the Cow Palace and got tickets to go to the game. So I'm getting ready to go head in and watch them drop the puck and begin the hockey match. As I'm walking down to my section right off the ice, there's nobody in the section at this point. I mean, the section is empty, with the exception of one row with about 4 people in it. And as I'm starting to make my way down to where my row of seats are, I'm seeing that those 4 people are literally, out of everything in that section, sitting in my row. Not just in my row, in my seats in that row. Now, they could have sat a row back, not a problem. A row forward, not a problem. Not an issue at all. But these people are sitting in my seats, and I said to myself, you know, I'm going to say something about this, but I'm not going to say it myself because they look pretty tough and mean. There was 2 guys and 2 ladies, and I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to get the usher working at the Cow Palace to get them out of my seats and get them to wherever their seats are. And so he, the very old man that was the usher at the Cow Palace, hears my complaint, begins walking down to that aisle, looks at my tickets, shows them my tickets, and kicks them out of my seats. Turns out, the 2 guys with the 2 girls were James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich from Metallica. They got thrown out of my seats. They were very cool about it. They were super nice about it. "Oh, sorry, my bad. We didn't think anybody was sitting here. We got the wrong row." I don't even remember what their excuse was, but they very nicely got up, said they were sorry, waved to us. Then they went a little forward and 2 or 3 rows and sat there for the San Jose Sharks hockey game. So the only story personally that I have, aside from seeing Metallica countless times, is that I got to throw them out of my seats at the San Jose Sharks hockey game at the Cow Palace. And that is a Metallica pre-Black Today You Learned.
Today you learned. Today you learned.
Now, who says metalheads are stupid and that they only know sex, drugs, and rock and roll? I can't imagine. Who says they can't be fans of literature? And perhaps more so, even write a song about a literary work of art. In fact, song number 3 on the Mount Rushmore of Metallica pre-Black. Oh yeah, it's got some literary roots, my friends. It's number 3, For Whom the Bell Tolls, on Mount Rockmore. Yep, that's an allusion to Old Ernie. Ernest Hemingway. His 1940 wartime novel of the same name, amping up the dread of the source material with thrash in the best possible way. And if I had told you that 1984 Metallica or 2025 Snoop Dogg was a big Ernest Hemingway fan, which one would you have been more shocked by? That bomb featuring Cliff Burton's bass playing through the distinctive warp of a wah-wah pedal as well. But, listen, let's be clear, even metal gods like Metallica have songs that didn't quite make the Mount Rockmore cut. Lying there in the if the pyrotechnics don't get you, the Marshall Stacks will plains lie the scorched remains of Sanitarium. And if you still have ringing in your ears, I advise you to turn away from the vultures picking away at the bloodied corpse of Motor Breath in Burton Death Valley. Too soon? But what certified gold track notches its way into the carving of Metallica's pre-era of Mount Rockmore songs? Well, that's coming up next here on Mount Rockmore.
It's the Onion Radio News. An okay-looking guy meets a kind of pretty girl. This is Doyle Redland reporting. Tulsa, Oklahoma resident Ron Stelson is thrilled to be dating kind of pretty girl Jill Cook. The okay-looking computer programmer made the announcement earlier today.
Who would have thought that a guy like me, somebody balding a bit on top, but in pretty good shape for a short guy, at least, but would ever be going out with someone like Tina, a thin but kind of shapeless brunette with a nice smile and a decent complexion?
Close friends of Ron and Tina say that together they make an almost cute couple. Doyle Redland for the Onion Radio News, online at theonion.com.
How many times has this happened to you? You're minding your own business after threatening someone's life with your handgun. You go to put your gun away safely by placing it between your most private of areas and the elastic waistband of your whitey-tidies. And to your shock and disbelief, you blow your junk off. Well, you don't have to be called Lefty anymore with the new Nut Butter from Runchco. With Nut Butter, you'll never have to go through the embarrassing and oftentimes painful experience of having to explain to your doctor or loved one that while trying to strap on your drool bucket, Uncle Chucky blew his nads into the glove box. Runchco's Nut Butter is a hypoallergenic salve that you spread liberally all over your package before forcing any armed weapon down your pants. Runchco's Nut Butter goes on like a soothing balm, but the protective magic comes from the liquid Teflon that becomes apparent and oddly comfortable after drying on your nards. Once fully dry, Nut Butter will not only protect your family jewels from any unwarranted gunfire, but will nestle your junk in warm comfort. Available in many different scents like manly melon, big sweaty plums, and 2 scoops of raisins for you smaller and more protective men. Nut butter may cause side effects. Some of those side effects may include painful itching, open sores, removal of any natural placed hair, increased blood flow causing a painful case of blue balls lasting almost 1 whole week, nausea, chronic bleeding, nocturnal anal seepage, and insomnia. But aren't those all a little better than blowing a nut off with a gun blast? Get Runchco's Nut Butters today and never have to face the fear of blowing your junk into your sweat sock again. Nut Butter, new from Runchco.
Welcome back to the final track on the Mount Rushmore of Metallica pre-Black songs. First, we ask you to visit our website, realguyradio.com. You can hit up our shop because we have stuff there to buy, complete with Mount Rockmore t-shirts, sweatshirts, other gear. We're working on getting some stickers coming up for your skateboard. I wasn't in on the sticker meeting, I got to be honest with you. And we found ourselves here at the final spot on the Mount Rockmore of pre-Black Metallica. So what does that mean to you? Well, that means if you're a fan of all Metallica, you'll be looking forward to possibly coming up this season, part 2, where it would be everything on black. And then maybe even part 3, everything post-Black. Because Black, for Metallica, the Black Album, is what was the line in the sand. And this final carving into the mountainside is one of the few Metallica tracks to get radio airplay in the mid to late 80s. This was actually on the radio. It's the band's first power ballad released as the first promotional single from their second studio album, Ride the Lightning, back in 1984. The song was ranked as having the 24th, had to carry the 24th best guitar solo ever by Guitar World readers. Yeah, that was They used to have magazines. Kids, if you didn't know about AOL radio, you may not have known about magazines. They had Guitar World magazine. Point is, this solo right up there. Fade to Black, the final song on the Mount Rockmore of Metallica, pre-Black. Damn it, what a good song that is. Yeah, that was once considered a power ballad on the radio. So, take that, White Lion. Take that, Winger. Take that, Great White. Because since 1984, Fade to Black has always been a fixture in Metallica's live performances. It was also the last song that Metallica performed live with former bassist Jason Newsted before he left the band, which occurred at the VH1 Music Awards on November 30th in the year 2000, some 25 years ago. It was one of his favorite Metallica songs, Jason Newsted. And while on the Guns N' Roses Metallica Stadium tour on August 8th of 1992, James Hetfield accidentally stepped into the path of one of the chemical flames that had been rigged to shoot from the lip of the stage while playing Fade to Black. The problem there is, while his guitar protected him from the full force of the blast, the fire engulfed most of his left side, burning his hand, both arms, eyebrows, face, and hair. He suffered second and third degree burns, but he was back on stage 17 days later, although his guitar duties were delegated to former guitar tech and Metal Church guitarist John Marshall for 4 weeks while he made the full recovery. So, I couldn't be seen in public after I lost a bet in fantasy football and shaved one of my eyebrows off. What's that smell? Oh, is that you hating my picks? Okay, makes sense. Do you think you could do better? Why don't you tweet me at Mount Rockmore and let me know? I may need you to help me co-host and crowd surf into some upcoming Rockmores. And if you knew that Fade to Black was the last song to be played on the Los Angeles rock radio station KNEC, which went off the air in February, the day after Valentine's Day, February 15th, 1995, then all you got to do is just tell your fellow Met Club members, because I guess that's the fan club for Metallica, Met Club members. You can tell your fellow Met Club members that you will now subscribe to Mount Rockmore, and we'll be here for your 45th high school, can you believe that? 45th high school reunion road trip. Until then, happy Mount Rockmore. I'm Bauer. See ya.